What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Retired future Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade, who's recently moved to Los Angeles, is saying he's going to be working out with LeBron James before games. He said he wants to stay in shape and he's going to be working out with the King before games. You know, you mean say them things on. Remember, you used to watch the Arsenio Hall show back in the day. He used to say things that make you go, make you think. Okay, I said let me look at the Los Angeles, LA Lakers roster. Let me check that out and look at the guards on their roster. See who they got on their roster. You know, LeBron James is basically a point forward. You know, and he basically runs the show and the offense goes through him. But let's look at the other players on their roster. You got Rajon Rondo. You got Quinn Cook, you got Avery Bradley, and you got Contavious Caldwell-Pope. That's your guards right there. Now, if the Lakers season don't get off to a rousing start, like a lot of the pundits are predicting, and things kind of go south, what do you think of the chances of Dwayne Wade comes out of retirement to help his old buddy, good friend, LeBron James, and helps him out, you know, bring some much-needed experience off that bench and much more consistent guard play off that bench. Don't be surprised if that happens. You heard it here first. Don't be surprised that happened at all. And then when reporters asked him, hey, man, what about maybe you coming back from retirement and playing with LeBron and the LA Lakers? He said, nah, I'm retired, man. I'm happy and I'm content being retired, but you never say never. You just never know. So he left that door cracked. He left that door cracked. So, like I said, if the Lakers get out to a great start and be one of the top seeds in the Western Conference and pretty much has a 60-win type of season, basically Dwayne Wade's just going to be a workout partner for LeBron James, and that's about it. But if they get out to a rocky start and struggle and don't live up to expectations, especially early on, would be a bit surprised if Dwayne Wade comes out of retirement to play with his good old friend, old buddy, LeBron James, and tries to get him another championship to add on to his 3 that he won with LeBron James. Well, 2 that he won with LeBron James in Miami, and the 1 he won with him and Shaq as the 2 main cogs in the wheel with the Miami Heat. So we'll see what transpires, but that's just something that I caught wind of, and I was like, okay. Well, you know, we'll see how it plays out. But you look at that roster, it's not exactly a who's who roster. All-star level players at that guard position. Like I said, you got Rajon Rondo, who is past his best days, still a solid player, but the key to him is can he stay healthy? And even when healthy, he's not what he was in Boston in his younger days, but he's still a solid above-average point guard. Then you got Quinn Cook, who was a role player coming off the bench with Golden State, and he's not a guy that actually has established himself as a consistent player to come off the bench. He's had his moments, especially played well in the finals against Toronto, but he's got to do it for longer stretches to be proven a consistent bench contributor. Then you got Avery Bradley, who had a down year with the Detroit Pistons after playing well with Boston. He had a down year with Detroit, and he struggled with the Los Angeles Clippers. That was his last 2 stops after he left Boston. He struggled with the Clippers and struggled with the Pistons. Then you got Contavious Caldwell-Pope, who's had problems off the court, but seemed like he's got that in order. But he was known as a good defensive player with the Pistons, a streak shooter as far as shooting threes and shooting outside. Then he came to the Lakers, and he's pretty much what he was in Detroit. Good, solid defensive player. But he seemed like he might have even slipped a little bit on defense coming to the Lakers. I don't know if that was the system in Detroit or the system in L.A., well, Lakers were pretty much one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA last season. And his defensive rating slipped from Pistons to when he was with the Lakers. But he still is above average to me wing defender. Can guard the 2 and the 3, but he's a shooting guard. You got him. And then you got old Alex Caruso. I used to watch him play with the Texas A&M Aggies, man. That guy is a gritty player, very crafty player, can score. He might be the best of this bunch, actually. He's nice. He played well in the Lakers' forgotten season last year. Played well, especially when they pretty much was out of the playoff race. He came in and gave him a lot of good games, man. I liked his game when he was in A&M, man. There's nothing flashy about his game, but he's just a solid player, man. Very solid, can shoot good enough from the outside. And if you sleep on his outside shot, he kind of crafty as far as getting to the basket and scoring. If the team comes over and contests the shot as he gets past his initial defender, he's good at finding an open man. Just a very consistent, gritty, crafty player. But he's got to prove it on a team that's got high expectation off the bench. He did it last year, and it was low expectation. The season was pretty much a foregone conclusion, and he played well at that time. But he's going to have to show he can do that when expectations are high and the Lakers are competing for a championship. So all in all, the roster is, pretty much not set and not something that the Lakers can go into the season thinking this it's already taken care of. We have no worries in there. They're going to need some people to produce and some players to step up, and Rondo is going to have to stay healthy. So we'll see how that plays out, but that leaves that door cracked. As Dwayne Wade said, never say never. So, and like I say, he's going to be working out with LeBron James before games in L.A. He recently moved to L.A. I think like LeBron James, he's got a son that's very, very good AAU player, doing well. So I think he's probably out there playing over there in Chino Hills with Bronny. That's LeBron Jr.'s son that's got high expectations. So his oldest boy supposed to be real good too. So they're both playing out there for those schools out there in the AAU. So he's actually moved out there. His wife is a movie actress, Gabrielle Union. So he's out there with LeBron living. So he needs something to do while he's chilling. Got a lot of time to spare, a lot of time on his hands now that he's not playing the NBA. But he said he just loves being around the NBA. Even though he's retired, he wants to be around the NBA in some form or fashion. So wouldn't be surprised if you see him come back with the Los Angeles Lakers, especially if they get off to a rocky start. Or maybe you see him end up being a coach. Maybe he gets on the assistant coaching staff of the Los Angeles Lakers. Gets on the staff, works out, and like a lot of those coaches, like he said he's going to work out with LeBron James. A lot of those coaches you see working out with players before games. Games anyway. They got a lot of coaches, assistant coaches. That's what they do. That's one of their job titles is working out with players. They get like a big man, an old retired guy that played in the post. He'll work out with some of the big men before the games and stuff like that. You see that on a lot of teams throughout the NBA, and that's what Dwayne Wade probably can bring to the table. He can work out with a lot of the guards. Maybe he can help out with the guards, the Carusos and the Popes and the Cooks, work out with them and show them different facets of the game, different techniques, different ways to attack a way a defender is guarding you and which ways to do that and which ways, how to play defense, how to shade this way to maybe take the defender left hand away and this and that, stuff that he's learned throughout his experience in the NBA. Dwayne Wade would be a wealth of knowledge in that aspect. So we'll see how it plays out, though. But that's just what I heard, man. Kind of drew my attention when I saw that report on ESPN.com. So we'll see how it plays out. The season starts in the middle to late part of October, and it's going to be a very exciting season, especially in the Western Conference. You got a lot of strong teams out there: the Clippers, Lakers, Rockets. You got the Warriors are going to be right there, the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Trail Blazers, the Spurs. That's probably the top 8 teams right there. And then you got other teams on the come like the Pelicans, the Mavericks, the Kings, and teams of that nature. They're going to be thinking that they can maybe sneak in to the playoffs in the West. So it's going to be very, very competitive. And we'll just see. I can't wait for this season to come up. And it's going to be very, very exciting in the NBA. So we'll see how it plays out. I want all you people that watch this video to subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.